All right,
Let's
boss.
go. The court's this way.
You're the boss.
I start off towards the food court.
Okay, so how we're gonna shoot this is that you guys walk off towards the stair level, shifty eyes. You're trying to just duck everything. It's quiet so far. This seems to be an evacuated floor as far as you can see.
Good.
You get to the doors. The scene lingers. It cuts to that video feed that you left on the screen. As you see the elevator doors on the first floor, the green light dings. It looks like they crack it. And we cut.
See, if I was a better fucking leader, I would have fucking had the idea to have Snidely try and shut down the elevators in the fucking moment instead of walking off like a dumbass!
I mean, you figured it out after the fact.
Listen, hey, you have one flash. Okay, you know what? Since it's not Blades in the Dark, but also it's I'm God and it's my rules, you have one flashback. All right?
We're gonna use it now?
If you want to use, listen, you can
You
use
already
your
put the
flashback.
fucking effort into describing a beautiful scene.
Okay, fair enough.
Bullshit.
But for this, just letting you know, if you want a flashback at any time, I will grant you one because I do like that concept from Blades in the Dark.
I'll save it for when a homie's bleeding out.
Fair enough.
Oh, God.
But anyway, we're gonna cut back to the freeway, back to Midge, Jaybird, Jabrinsko, the white-winged dove. We're kind of getting into the late afternoon, right? The sun is, thinking about setting, at the very least. So a little bit more orange in the sky. You're blasting down the highway as fast as you can.
I have the G0 soundtrack pumping as hard as I can.
Exactly.
Yes.
How should I do this? You check the rearview mirror. You left the cornies in your dust, and they were not in a position to really chase you. But, you've been checking periodically every, 15 seconds just to make sure no one's on your tail.
Yeah.
As far as you can see, no one is. Traffic's starting to get a little bit heavier as you're going through it. People are seeing shit going down in the city and are trying to bug out, but it's not stifling yet. The third time you check it, it's not quite an explosion, but you could see something that you could have almost, I guess, if you had to describe it, there was black lightning as far as how it was moving about, back to where you think that exit was that you had juked him off.
That's not... Okay.
And there is a noise, but it's, I don't know, disproportionate to how big you feel it looked. Smoke starts going up.
That can't be good.
Behind you, traffic's pretty light, and it's kind of far back. You're a few miles in, but there's this, it's not a speck exactly. It's almost like you would consider a motorbike size to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of moving in the distance.
Are they trying to tail me in spite of stuff?
Let's put it this way. It's hard to see what it is right now where you are, just with how far back they are. And traffic in front of you is starting to get a little bit more stifling. So if you wanted to play it safe, as it were, you are going to have to slow down a little bit at some point. If you're going to try and keep your current speed, you'd have to do some legwork to try and, dodge and weave between lanes and stuff like that.
Am I in any kind of position where I can change my course? So jump off the highway, hopefully not into chaos, but also still make it to Fritz with the goods and the message.
Ooh.
Do I see any way to do that?
You're a good 3 exits from being able to make that kind of move.
All right. Then...
The road's twisted in a way that you'd be going, perpendicular.
They're not.
Yeah, they're, perpendicular. You're going to basically lose time that you don't have.
Unless you got some, Dark Knight jet booster to jump across rooftops.
Your shit's not back. You'd be crashing into the side of a building. Yeah.
All right, then let's try to make some moves, because I'm sure acting sooner instead of later is only going to help me in this case. Because I don't know what that thing is, and I'm not sure I want to find out, to be honest with you. So, can I make a move?
Okay, so you're going to try and, in and out of traffic to try and, just basically keep the same distance from it?
Keep whatever pace I can, yeah.
Okay. Can do. I will need you to act under pressure for me. And I believe you have some driver-specific names you might be able to use here, right?
Would I be able to apply hot shit driver in this situation?
Yes. Can you roll edge for me?
Right. Nice number.
Damn, all right.
Okay.
10 plus. You have 3 hold. This can be applied later to do either avoiding an external danger, escape a pursuing vehicle, maintain control of your car, or impress, dismay, or frighten somebody.
Funny key question.
Mm-hmm.
Is it all 3 or nothing, or could I piece it up 1-1-1? Like, how does that work?
Basically, for the remainder of this scene, effectively, you have 3 in the bank.
Okay. So if I just wanted to apply 1.
Yeah, and when the situation applies, you use a hold to do one of those 4 things.
Okay. Which... avoid danger, or escape, maintain control, or freak someone out. Cool. Alright. Okay. So... now I believe I will attempt to make some crazy maneuvers to keep my pace.
To do that, I need you to act under pressure. You add your car shit to this, right?
I think so. Yeah, where is it? Yeah, if you act under pressure, according to Second Skin, add your car's power to the roll.
Yes. Okay, then. Roll cool, adding your car's power, then.
Oh, I have 2. Okay.
Okay, cool.
So I just throw that forward, I assume.
Yes. Okay.
We're going.
All right, yeah, no, just...
15 might be enough.
What happens in my head, right, is that you just see the traffic, right, and time slows down for, like, a second as you, like, look... Thank you. Dilates. For a second, as you search for the path, and then you... In the soundtrack you're in, you know where it is, so you hit skip 3 times on the track listing, and this really catchy, sickeningly sweet pop tune comes on, as you just definitely... You know, we're talking 90 miles per hour. In, out, in between lanes, in between cutting people off. Some Tokyo Drift action going on between corners. And you never are quite able to get a good idea of what is behind you there. Honestly. Especially if it wasn't once you are cut out between cars. Right? You kept the same pace with it. So you never were able to really figure out what it was.
That's fine. That means they can't see me if I can't see them.
Eventually, at some point, the traffic is congested for that you had to slow down, but it luckily was right at the exit you wanted to take was. Eventually, you take a hard corner. It's not necessarily rioting here, right? There is unease. Everyone's kind of locked in a little bit, bunkered in, because shit's going down in the city.
Not as much smoke and fire here, basically.
No. There seems to have been a handle put on it, at the very least. But
word must be getting around if everyone's nervous.
You know, as far as you can see, you don't see many people out just on, like, the sidewalk on the streets. There's, like, definitely traffic, but they're mostly trying to get to the freeway. Trying to get out, as far as you can tell.
Works for me. Not the way I'm going. I may not like it later, but right now, it's fine. That's future me's problem. It's fine.
Special thanks to Toys and Things in Danvers, Massachusetts, Reaper Miniatures, Off the Wall Games in Hadley, Massachusetts, Games and Friends in Springfield, Massachusetts, as well as AAA Games Arena in Wilbraham, Massachusetts. If you enjoy the show, help the podcast grow. Give us a follow on Twitter at LordsBroken, join the community Discord, and maybe consider offering a small tribute to the old ones on our Ko-Fi. All these links and more can be found in our Linktree at linktr.ee/thebrokenlords. Thank you.